What's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and in this video we're going to be discussing the idea again of there being some sort of super Easter egg in Revelations, or an Easter egg that will span across all of the maps. Now, it's a huge rumour, and we will only know the true answer of this in a week's time when Revelations comes out on PC and Xbox One, which I absolutely cannot wait for. In this video we're going to be exploring something which a lot of people have tweeted me about and have also spoken about on a ton of websites, talking about possible audio reels throughout all of the last DLC maps. Now, if we go and look in Revelations, most of the main Easter egg revolves around getting these audio reels and placing them in these audio reel boxes around the map. You need the actual reel itself to place onto the box and be able to play the audio. As we know, that brought Sophia back into life, which is awesome. And if we go and look back through all the previous DLC maps, being DLC 1, 2 and 3, we can see a ton of these boxes and reels again. Now, this could just be Treyarch using the same assets, just making the place look very, very nice by having tons and tons of different little details here and there, but I really want there to be more, and especially with the fact that most of these seem to not do anything. Like, it just doesn't make sense. So we're going to jump straight in with Gorod Krovi, which is the previous map we got before Revelations. Just like with Revelations, the main Easter egg is revolved around Sophia, and you can find hidden radios which are messages from Sophia which aren't related to the main Easter egg at all. They're just little radios, and they are the exact same models as the audio reels and messages that we get during the main Easter egg of Revelations. Now, this could be just a nice bit on Treyarch's part to kind of get some nice correlation in there to get them the exact same, or there could be something more there. Now, right next to Sophia, you can see this little trolley, and on there we have an audio reel. We have like a bunch of audio reels just stacked up there. Now, we can't interact with these, we can't pick this up, which is a damn shame. But if we go into the Mule Kick room, one of the Sophia radio locations, on the other side of the room is actually a little audio box which looks like something that a reel could be placed on. That unfortunately can't be interacted with at the moment, but it's just funny that in every location where there is a Sophia radio in this map, there's something very, very similar that looks like an audio reel box in the room with that audio reel. Now, there was a lot of speculation when this was first discovered recently after we tried to complete the main Easter egg of Revelations. People were like, wow, there's reels in all the other maps, maybe we have to interact with those as well. So this is why that brought on the idea of making this video and showing this. Now, there isn't really that much else in Gorod Krovi, but it's when we get into Zetsubo no Shima that things get really, really juicy. So this is the Lab B area. We open it up, and there is just a ton of these audio reels. Now, specifically what we're looking for is the radio boxes that have the sort of hooks on them, which looks like the audio reel would sit on. Now, in this, I counted 4 in total. There is absolutely loads of them in Lab B, and they seem to do absolutely nothing, but the equipment that surrounds them is so suspicious. The fact they're not used for anything is really, really weird. Like, it's specifically detailed as well to look like some huge communication equipment that we just never end up using in the main Easter egg at all. And like I said, there's a total of 4 of them in this area. Now, there aren't any audio reels in Zetsubo, I don't think, so it's just very, very weird. But it's particular that it's the exact same model of radio box as what we have in Revelations. You can see those hooks, so it looks mighty weird. And again, in Lab A, we can spot another one of those radio boxes as well, which looks like a reel would sit on. And there is just so much of this weird stuff in Zetsubo that's never used, so it's like, it's very pretty detail, but I really hope that it's something more than just pretty detail. And to round things off, in Der Eisendrache, if you come to the right side from spawn, opening up towards one of the dragon heads here, if you go into the Wonderfizz room, on the desk, you can see an audio reel right there. You can't do anything with it, unfortunately. We tried to interact with it, we tried to pick it up, but unfortunately, it's just another weird bit of scenery, a nice bit of detail, and it's gotta mean something. And there's probably quite a few of you who think that this is pointless, there's just a bunch of detail, and you highly doubt that Treyarch would hide so many like reels and radios within all these maps, but that's the sort of attitude where if you think like that, we'll never get anywhere. And I feel if we try and explore every single thing possible in all of these maps, then we're bound to crack at some point and find something that we haven't found before. Now, a few of you might also be wondering, were these radios here before the update for Revelations? Well, I've got some pre-release recorded footage of Zetsubo no Shima from a DLC 2 capture event, and sadly those reels of those radio boxes are there as well. So it's either they've been there from the offset and they're going to do something when Revelations finally comes out and we'll get this so-called cross-map super Easter egg, or they really are just little details added to just make everything look much nicer. But to me, like, everything's so specific that it just doesn't make sense for it to not do anything. To me, all those weird boxes and audio reels lying around seem very, very suspicious, and I hope that they'll do something, because it would be so awesome if that does turn out to be a cross-map Easter egg. We have to interact with all of these things, it'll be a wild goose chase and be absolutely awesome. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you think of all of this? Do you believe that there is a super Easter egg hidden within the game that we'll get once it comes out on Xbox and PC? There's been so much talk about it, I'm fairly on the fence and almost thinking at this point, I feel there definitely is going to be a super Easter egg. With all the talk about it, all the hype, it'd be absolutely awesome, and if it unlocked maybe a true ending or a alternate ending, that would literally be absolutely insane, and it would bring so much life back into Black Ops 3 Zombies, because at this point, Revelations is done, everyone's waiting for it to come out on the other platforms that don't have it on PS4, so it's a real dead period, and I think the hype will be so awesome once it does release and there's all this much more Easter eggs to find. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on another video very soon.